Robot trigger systems deactivated.
Okay. Okay. Okay, that's... Ooh, we are... Ooh, wee! Oh, ooh, wee! Okay, okay, Kenny, we are barely holding on here. YOLO, hip swagger. We're just gonna send it. We are hanging on by a thread. Literally a computer thread. Okay. Good. It'll be just enough to make things work. Just hanging on. Just hanging on. Okay. Good. The subsystem should be figured out by now. The subsystem should be working properly now. I hope. I don't know, guys. I've been busy with other things. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to today. I was just making sure the door was locked. Welcome to today's stream. Oh my goodness, Maddie, thank you so much for the 4 months. Chaos, thank you so much for the 4 months. Barn Bunny, thank you so much for the 4 months of becoming a Chaos crew member here on YouTube. Welcome, and everybody. Mr. Neo Mike, thank you so much for the 4 months. Mango Boy, thank you so much for the 4 months. Peterson Family Games, thank you so much for the 3 months. Karma Ahara, thank you so much for the 4 months. Bunny K, thank you so much for the 4 months. Robert, thank you so much for the 3 months. Klon, thank you so much for the 4 months. Oh my goodness. we got a lot of things going on. But guys, how's it going? Oh god, we're getting there. We're getting there slowly. But hello everybody. Welcome to today's stream. If you are over here on Twitch, I recommend you come on over to the YouTube side, to the YouTube Nation. That's where the cool kids are at. That's where we're all hanging out right now. Let me see if we can just go like this. Come on over and join us on YouTube. Let me give you guys a link. Bam! Bunny K, 3 months here and 27 on Twitch. Yeah, big 3-0. 4 months on YouTube already. I know, right? It's been 4 months since we switched to YouTube. But guys, today I am happy to say that today we have something barely hanging on. Today we're going to be testing a brand new protocol. It is called the Super Size Me protocol. Now, this protocol has taken me all night. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm barely hanging on there. But this thing has taken me literally all night to come up with, and I am a genius. I normally don't say this, but this is a very smart, big brain way of doing this. And today I'm going to show you guys exactly how things work. I'm going to show you guys what the system does, and I'm going to show you guys how cool this can be. But first, let me say hi to literally everyone. Let me say hi to everybody, and hopefully everything's rocking and rolling. Massacre Stars, how's it going? Welcome back to the streams. Go, good to see you again. Karma Ahara, how's it going? Klon, have a good night, Klon. Have a good night, Klon. Thank you so much for showing up and coming by and saying hi. Storm, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Storm, we need to talk after because I gotta figure out how to contact these people from Airbnb because they are elusive. Elusive. I might just send them an email instead. Bunny K, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Barn Bunny, good to see you again. Oh my goodness, today is going to be a day of food, a day of meals, a day of trying to use the things to metaphorically represent meals in order to portion control what we eat. I know, big mouthful, lots to do, lots to say. Jessica, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Starting out the Chaos SC. This is going to be the first real protocol that we're testing with Eevee. So they're, sometime maybe good, sometime maybe shit. We're hanging in there. We're just barely. But that's okay, because that's all we really need, by the skin of our teeth, if you will. Robert, how's it going? Josh, welcome back to the stream. How you guys doing? Oh my goodness, I hope the deep freeze is over, because I finally installed a brand new battery in my truck. That's right, guys. I'm gonna tell you the story about how I went to Costco. Britt, how's it going? Harry, hello. Welcome back to the stream. There he is. There we go. Yeah, we're back. Mr. Sam, how's it going? Brandon, welcome back to the stream. Beckapoo, hello. How's it going? Everybody, welcome back to the stream. Everything is kind of working. Insert nervous face. Ay caramba. Hold on. Things are connecting. Things are kind of connecting? Please connect. Things have been a little bit funky lately because we're starting to run all the new protocols. Give me a hot second to just... That just crashed. Okay, no worries. We're just gonna reboot that. It's fine. Everything's fine. Technical difficulties. That's fine. We roll with the punches. We will get there eventually. We'll get there eventually. Well, while this boots back up, guys, welcome back to the stream. Hey, how's it going, Matt? Everything is fine. So, let me tell you a story about how I replaced my car battery. Yes, the bringing in the car battery from the Frigid Cold worked. It worked. We charged up the battery using a trickle charger overnight. In the morning, it said it was full. I put it back into the truck, turned on the key, prayed a little bit, and boom, the truck started. First try. So now we know 100% it's a battery issue. It's an issue with the battery just being old. Now, this battery in my current truck is about 6 years old, so it's dated, if you will. It is completely dunzo bonunzos. All right. So I brought it to Costco. Now, for those of you who don't know how a car works, the battery is essentially used for auxiliary power, so like to power your electronics and stuff when the vehicle is off. It is also used to jumpstart the vehicle to start once it's on. Now, I'm not saying do this, but it is technically perfectly safe to do this. If you start your car and your engine is running, you can actually unplug the battery and the car will keep running. Yeah, it's because it's running on something called an alternator. Now, the alternator uses the spinning of the engine to generate electricity. That electricity is up in the 14 volts range. It is more than enough to compensate for all the usage that the car needs. Am I still connected, by the way? Somebody let me know when I'm disconnected, okay? Yeah, someone let me know when I'm disconnected, because some things are giving me... They're throwing up errors. Anyways. So you can actually disconnect the battery from your car while it's running, while it's turned on while the engine is turning, essentially. Now, effectively what had happened was my battery had died. It had just enough juice to keep going. It had just enough juice just to start the engine, and so my car could not be stopped until I got to Costco. My car could not be stopped until I got a new battery. And I don't know what it is right now, but Calgary is going through a deep freeze. There's literally 0 batteries available at every Costco. There's some at Walmart and stuff, but I wanted to get the Costco one because it's got a good warranty on it. Anyways, I went to 4 different Costcos all around the city. It literally took me like 3 hours to drive around to find my battery size to put into my truck. And not once did my truck stop, by the way. I had to leave it running in the parking lot just in case they didn't have my battery, so I could go to the next one. It's crazy. It was crazy. Anyways, so I drove around the city and I finally found one battery. Okay, I finally find one battery. It's a 24F is the size of my battery. I found one battery. It is an hour drive out of the city. An hour drive out of the freaking city, but I had to go. So I was driving down the highway with a prayer, nay, a hope, nay, a dream to make it there before the last battery was picked up from somebody else. And I will gladly tell you guys that by the time I got there, I had successfully secured the last battery. I ripped my old battery out of the socket. The car was still on, by the way, but I just pulled the old battery out, brought it in, exchanged it for a new one. You get like $20 back when you put in like the old battery to a Costco. And then you buy a new battery and then you stick it into the car. And right now, my car is finally working. I can finally drive normally again. I got a nice cold weather, high cold crank amp battery. Super excited for it. Why is this music am I listening to? There we go. Sounds like you had an adventure. Yeah, Vampy, how's it going? Yeah, I had an adventure. But not as much as today's adventure, because today we're going to be dealing with... Oh, this is working. We're going to be dealing with AI detecting food portions for people. Let me see if this will automatically connect. Why is this disconnected? Sign in with Google? Yeah. Okay. Did that work? Connecting. Connecting. I think we are connected. Did that work? No. Wait, give it time out. Give it a second to connect here. Why is it not? Oh, today is the day that things are absolutely hanging on by a thread, aren't they? Hey, Gig and Tech, how's it going? You made burritos? You posted on the server? That's fantastic. I'll take a look at it afterwards. Yeah, Storm, some things are broken today. Some things are not. You're Stormy V? Stormby? Yeah, certain things are not working today. It's because I'm using resources elsewhere, so, we'll get there. Eventually. Alright, we'll get there eventually. Anyways, guys, how are you guys doing today? Welcome back to the stream. I hope you guys have been doing well. I hope you guys aren't freezing out because literally, it's way too cold out to do anything. When I was hitting minus 50, I know at that point I'm like a big nope. I'm a negative bueno. But yeah, let me show you guys how this thing works, shall we? Because I want to jump into this while we're still somewhat stable. Cool beans? Okay. Wait, we can send you food? That's a thing? Yeah, that's a thing, yeah. By the way, why did you send stone to me? I didn't want or need it. Karma. It wasn't an option, okay? I literally opened my screen door and I farted and then the winds of Africa blew. The Vietnamese winds blew. They blow where they blow. All right. So, let's get into this before something goes wrong, shall we? All right. Also, by the way, I want to preface this. This is a prototype. Okay. I'm still working out some of the bugs. I'm still working out some of the minor details that make this thing fantastic. Okay. Okay, it's gonna be one of those days, but effectively what we're trying to do here is we're trying to determine portion control. That's right, guys. Today we're gonna be dealing with portion control. How much food is too much food? And we're gonna use AIs to calculate your portion control. How much is on your plate? How much food do you have, and in what proportions of carbohydrates, proteins, vegetables? Okay, and it's going to suggest that you do more proteins, less proteins, etc., to try to give you a good balance. Okay, now, how does that work? How does this work? Let me explain this to you guys. There are 3 parts to this whole thing. Okay? And I'm not sure if you guys want me to nerd out on this or not, but I'm going to do it anyways, because I get this question a lot. People look at these streams and they look at these protocols and they're like, how the heck does a system do that? How the heck does the computer calculate those things? How the heck does that work? And I gotta tell you guys, it is mathematics. It is strictly just mathematics. It's physics and mathematics. Okay? Ollie is coming later today, so he'll be here on Friday. Friday's stream, I should say. Can you make check for getting seconds where Evie says, no, Josh, you're too fluffy, you no more food. Go sit down and I'll call your mom. Josh.
Hello. Welcome, Chaos crew member, Storm of Shadows.
Evie, you there?
Affirmative, sir.
Oh! Look who decided to join the party.
Hello. Welcome, Chaos crew member, Massacre starts.
Oh, it works now. Okay, fantastic. Look who decided to finally wake up a little bit. I needed this. Okay, perfect. We were going downhill. Anyways, here's how the system works. It's a 3-fold system. Okay. First, it detects.
Hello. Welcome, Chaos crew member, Brandon.
First, it detects the plate size. Secondly, it detects what's on the plate, essentially, whether it's proteins, vegetables, carbohydrates, etc. And then lastly, it checks proportionalities of the plate. How much of the plate is covered by what different individual item. 3-step process. Now, like I said, I get a lot of questions asking me how these systems work. How do we have a computer determine things like plate size? How do we have a computer determine things like orientation or colors or whatever the factor may be? It's all mathematics. Okay, it's all science. Now, I'm going to go into a little bit of a nerd moment because I get this question a lot. And I'm going to show you guys how these mathematics work, okay? And I'm going to try to simplify it so that it's not like super overly complex for everyone. I'm going to try to make it so that people all over the world can understand this. Cool beans? All right, cool beans. So, let me crack open some of this, and then we're gonna get started with the testing, okay? Now, this question often comes up. How do we do anything? I'm gonna get like a gray here because this is blinding. Oh, darker gray. Oh yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, let me just grab this. Don't need that. Don't need that. I need this. Okay. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Fantastic. Did you finish customizing your apartment? Almost. Almost there. Just a little extra. What is the robot bomb story? Oh, the bomb story. It's a good story. Let me explain this first while I stop my train of thought. And then we'll get going here. So, how do we have a system detect something like a plate? Okay, first things first, we have it do a little bit of object detection, just super basic computer vision object detection to determine that this is a plate. But how do we determine the size of the plate? How do we determine how much area is on the plate? How do we determine how big it is based on the image? Now, here's the really cool part. I'm gonna play some cool music. This is way too chill. All right. So how do we determine the size of this plate? Now, it's pretty difficult to say like this plate is 30 centimeters, right? But watch, if the plate is further from the camera, how do we determine the size of the plate, right? Because in essence, the plate looks smaller, right? So depending on the depth of the image, the plate changes size, right? Because the computer only sees a flat image. It doesn't see depth. It doesn't have depth perception like we do. So back here, this plate could be looking like, I don't know, 4 centimeters across, but up close, the plate could be a full 20 centimeters, right? It doesn't see depth. So we need to have a system in place to calculate depth. Now, how does a computer calculate depth? This is where I had an ingenious idea to calculate depth, okay? What I did before was I used the hand to calculate proportionalities. So I would use the hand to determine proportionality against the plate. So when my hand is out like this, the computer would calculate the hand size, and knowing the hand size, it would calculate the proportionality of the plate. Now, the tricky thing is people's hands are different. People's hands are generally different. And the hand also changes based on its orientation. Okay?
Hello, welcome, Chaos Crew member, Gigant Tech.
It changes based on its orientation as well. So we have to do something different in order to get more accurate results. How do we do so? We use the camera's limitations as our strength. Every camera has different lenses, has different settings, has all these little things. But since we're using these super basic cameras, we can actually make use of the fact that our cameras are very, very basic because they have a fixed focal length. fixed focal length. Why is that important? Let me show you guys. For those of you guys who think that, you know, mathematics and science are not important, it is incredibly important in all this stuff. None of this is possible without it. All right, let me give you guys a little bit of a demo here. Let me bring everyone up to speed. So let's just say this box right here represents our person. We're going to call it object for now. Okay. We're going to call this object for now.
Hello, welcome, Chaos Crew member, Blue Moon.
Hey, Blue Moon, how's it going? So we're gonna call this object, okay? And over here, we'll use this color. It's this nice little color here. We're gonna call this camera. Okay. Oopsies. We're gonna call it camera. All right. Hey, Alex Tupai, how's it going? Now, here's how a camera works. Okay. Inside of a camera, you've got an image. And don't worry, this is a little complex, but don't you worry, things are fine. Okay. This green line here represents our image. Okay, so when you look at the computer screen, for example, this image here is what we have, right? The image is what's being displayed on your computer screen. Okay, now here is where things get a little bit tricky. I'll use pink here. You probably already thought about using a depth sensor. I thought about using a depth sensor. The problem with a depth sensor is that it picks up multiple depths and the camera has to be fixated on the center of what it's looking at. So essentially, if you're not perfectly in the middle, it can't detect depth because it's detecting depth of everything, every other object around it. Okay, now we're gonna do this. So this is how a camera works. It's a little janky. Hold on. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna do this instead. This might be a little janky. Hold on. There we go. No problem. Okay, sorry. I want to make sure that we can we're all on the same page on this guy here. How does freaking paint work? Uh-oh, hold on. Sorry, I'm a Photoshop man. Okay. There we go. That should be enough.
Hello, welcome, Chaos Crew member, Melanie.
Hey, Melanie, how's it going? Okay, so here's how a camera works. Okay, you have an object in the foreground here. That's going to be whatever we're looking at. And then you have here, the green is an image. That's the image that's being displayed on screen. That's also the image that Eevee processes. Okay, so how do we calculate depth? And by depth, I mean this. In the yellow.
Hello, welcome, Chaos Crew member, Alex_2Pi.
This right here in the yellow is what we're trying to calculate. We're trying to calculate depth. Okay? How do we calculate depth from this situation? Because that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to determine depth. Because if once we know depth of how far an image is or how far an object is away from the camera, we can then determine the size of the object based on the depth of the object. Now, it's pretty simple actually. So, we're gonna just do a little bit of this and make it a little pretty for you guys. Yeah. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, this center blue dot here represents the focal point of a camera. So the camera's image is actually goes through the focal point and then gets flipped to be displayed on the image. So we have a couple of things that we can determine. Okay, we have a couple of things that we can determine, and it's all mathematics. Okay, we're gonna use W here for the image. We're gonna use depth equals D. And we'll use green here. This lime green line here represents focal length equals to F. Okay. That light green represents focal length. Okay. And then we'll do this over here. Small w. Now we'll call it O. Okay, object. Perfect. Perfect. Oopsies. Whoop. Oh. Okay. Can someone explain what we're doing? Because as if I was super dumb, I can explain for you. Okay. I'll bring everyone up to speed here because there's a lot of complexities that happen, and I don't know how to do this better. And this is probably the first time I've tried something like this. So bear with me here, okay? So when I get questions like this, when I get people asking me how things work, how systems work, the common question I get is, how do we even begin figuring out a solution to these problems? Okay? Now, today's system is all about determining how much food is on someone's plate, how much physical food is on someone's plate, in what proportions, to be like, hey, you're eating too much protein, you're eating too much vegetables, you're eating too many carbs, or you don't have enough of each one, is trying to determine how much food there is on someone's plate. Now, it needs to understand the size of that plate before it can calculate how much is on there. Pretty straightforward, right? But the problem with cameras is that a plate in a camera can be any size, right? The camera doesn't know how big this plate is at all. Eevee doesn't know how big this plate is, right? Because the plate could all be way back here. So how does the camera calculate how big this plate is? Now, we could go with the old method, which is comparing it to the size of a hand, and says, oh, the hand is, like, say the hand is however many centimeters, 6 inches, 15, 16 centimeters. It can calculate that, and then it can determine the size of the hand and then cross-reference it to the size of the plate. We can do that. But the problem with hands, and AIs have issues with hands, is that they can be in different orientations, they can be in different positions. Holding this plate like this makes the hands smaller. Hands are a very difficult thing to try to calculate because they're not always just perfectly flat like this. So we need a way to figure out the size of this plate through just the camera. So one of the things that we need to determine is how far away is the plate away from the camera. That's what we're trying to figure out. So I've been explaining how cameras work, right? So on the left, the blue box is the camera. On the right, the object in red. Okay? Now, cameras work in very specific ways. When the image goes through the camera, the focal point, it gets flipped. Okay? So W, the variable W represents how big the image is. So on the screen here, I'm very small right now, so I'm a small image. But when I'm bigger, I'm a bigger image. So what W in the green represents how big the image is, how many pixels big the image is, right? O over here in the red represents how big the object is, how large the object is, okay?
Hello. Welcome, Chaos crew member, Josh Lopez.
And F represents what's called a focal length. Now, our cameras are super, super, super basic, which means they have something called a fixed focal length. Now, we could, assume that the manufacturer has like a focal length that's already correct. That's not a problem. But let's just say we didn't know our focal length, right? How would we calculate it? Now, the question I get all the time is, how do machines do this? It's all mathematics. It's all math, right? So if you wanted to say, calculate the, I'll do it in white here. Let's just say you wanted to calculate focal length, F, right? What does F equals? F, focal length equals to the W multiplied by the depth, which is D. And then all that is divided by, all of that gets divided by our, the object's width. This is the mathematical calculation on how we find our focal length, right? Because we know the size of W, the image. We know how big the image is on the screen because we can calculate based on the image on the screen. We just measure it, how many pixels it is, right? We know the depth. So let's just say we have an object like this plate already, okay? Let's say I measure this plate and I can get the depth from the camera physically in the real world, right? And then I measure the size of the actual object. Putting all those three things into this formula gives us the focal length of our camera, okay? Gives us the focal length of our camera. Now, how is that useful? We can rearrange our equation here, right? We can rearrange our equation here to have it as, to find depth, right? We want to find what depth is, what D is, right? So it would be our focal length multiplied by our object size, all divided by the, sorry, paint is so dumb, the width of our image, right? This is our equation to determine our depth, right? Because once we have our focal length, our little f, right, we can automatically try to find the depth of a system. Now, you're probably wondering, Kenny, how do we find the depth when we need to find first the object size, right? Let's just say we have a random object. How do we determine an object's size if that's what we're trying to figure out in the end? Well, I thought about this. Initially, what we were doing is we were comparing hand sizes, okay? Hand sizes.
Hello. Welcome, Chaos crew member, Hari.
But hand sizes change. They vary, they alternate, they change. So we need something that's super, super constant on the human body that does not change. We need something that does not change on the human body. And I had a brilliant observation. This is my VR headset. Now, the crazy thing about this, I've learned, is that in the VR headset itself, the two eye sockets, there is an adjuster on them. There is a micro adjuster on the VR headset that ticks the eyes a little bit wider and a little bit closer. But it is such a minute difference between setting number 1 and setting number 2 and setting number 3, which tells me, because the VR headset is meant to be a universal object for most individuals, it tells me that regardless of our size and who we are, one of those 3 settings is going to fit our face, which means the distance between our 2 eyes on most people are relatively the same. It is relatively the same. And the cool thing about computers nowadays is that, and you probably notice in your iPhone, computers can use mesh face recognition to determine the orientation of our face. If we can determine the orientation of our face, you look at VTubers, right? They have the mesh face that they can use. The orientation of our face can be calculated, and the distance between our eyes can now be used as a measurement point at all times. Regardless of where I am, the distance between my eyes is always going to be the same. Regardless of what my orientation is, the distance between my eyes can always be calculated. So, I know this is getting a little crazy. Okay, so effectively, we have our focal length. We have our object, right? Because now we have the distance between our eyes as our main point, and we have the size of the image on the screen. We use this calculation to determine how far an object is away from the screen. Then we cross-reference that with the object that we're looking for. Now that we have the depth of how far an object away is from the screen, we can then rearrange our equation to determine how big an object is based on the depth of our eyes away from the screen. I know, right? I've probably lost like 90% of people. Okay, if someone's brain hurts, I apologize. But this is the reality of trying to create these systems. You need to fix and solve problems. You need to come up with solutions to these problems because they don't exist. These things just don't exist. So you have to start creating systems in place to try to figure things out. So how many eye widths is the width of the plate? It's not the width of the plate that we need. The eye length, the eye distance allows the computer to detect how far away I am from the computer. Once it knows the depth of how far my body is, when I walk around with a plate, it also surmises how far away the plate is from the computer. Using that, it can determine the size of the plate. Now, you're probably wondering, Kenny, why are you teaching me all this? I'm teaching you guys this because I've already built it. All right? I've already built it. So, let me show you guys how this works. Okay? And I wanted to, jump into depth here. But this is the cool part. This is the part that you guys have all probably signed up for. All right. Evie, you there?
Affirmative, sir.
Evie, activate Super Size Me protocol.
Affirmative. Now activating Super Size Me protocol. Now beginning database check sequence. Now beginning verification check sequence. 1 moment, please.
Good.
Now beginning virtual camera source 0 check sequence. 1 moment, please.
This is when things might crash. Yes, I did move Blue Moon.
Engineer. Specize me. Protocol. Verification confirmed. Ready check sequence. Confirmed. Source M0 to 1 check sequence completed. We are ready to begin testing whenever you are. Build
Okay.
version 1.4. Test recording 9.
Perfect. So, now we can determine a bunch of different things. So, using what I just told you guys, we can have Evie determine the size of an object regardless of how far away it is. By the way, if you guys are on Twitch, I recommend you guys come over to YouTube because that's where all the cool kids are hanging out right now. But yeah, Blue Moon, thank you so much. It's been a while, but welcome back to the stream. Let's do this, shall we? Ba-da-da. All right, so this is going to be the tricky part. So, hey, Totai,
Hello.
how's it going?
Welcome, Chaos crew member, Advtech.
So we can now determine the size of the plate. Let me just make sure that this is running properly. Everything is a little bit on fire. Advanced, did we save the router? Kinda. We're working on it. So, this is a plate, right? Now, here's where it gets interesting. Here's where things get interesting. So, let's just say I have the plate here, okay? So she's doing three things. First, she's calculating where my eyes are. She's then calculating how far away my eyes are from the camera to calculate the focal length, right? Once she has, using the focal length. Once she has that, she understands the depth of which the plate is far away from the camera. Once she has the plate distance from the camera, she can then calculate the size of the plate. This is super important. Evie, verification check. Hello? 안녕하세요? Evie, activate verification check. Evie, verification check. Hello? Evie, size verification.
Affirmative. Verifying. Please hold. Verification check sequence initiated. Object focus 1. Plate. Supersize Me protocol. Run check sequence size confirmation. Estimated plate size. 26 centimeters.
26 centimeters. So using mathematics, we can calculate the size of different objects at a distance. Observe. Evie, size verification.
Affirmative. Verifying. Please hold. Verification check sequence initiated. Object focus 1. Plate. Supersize Me protocol. Run check sequence size confirmation. Estimated plate size. 27 centimeters.
Okay, so we can have her estimate the size, the diameter of the plate now. Now, it doesn't just work for plates. Okay? It doesn't just work for plates. Let me bring out something. Okay. Now, let me just bring out a couple of different things that I've been working on. So, here's the cool part. It doesn't just work with plates. It doesn't just work with plates. This is a bowl. Okay? This is a bowl. Evie, size verification. Evie, size verification.
Affirmative. Verifying. Please hold.
This is the cool part.
Verification check sequence initiated. Object focus 1. Bowl. Supersize Me protocol. Run check sequence size confirmation. Estimated bowl size. 24 centimeters.
24 centimeters. Where is my measurement tool? All right. Check this out. This is the cool part. It's actually 23 centimeters, but that's not the point. The point isn't to have it super, super precise. The point is to have it precise enough. We need to get as close as we can to a size estimate, regardless of the orientation and the distance at which I hold something. For example, if I was living my normal day-to-day life and I brought this bowl in to view, okay? Evie, size verification.
Affirmative. Verifying. Please hold. Verification check sequence initiated. Object focus 1. Bowl. Super Size Me protocol. Run check sequence size confirmation. Estimated bowl size. 23 centimeters.
23 centimeters. So, and that, my friend, is that's pretty accurate. 23 centimeters. So, now, here's the cool part. With Evie being able to detect the size of an object at a distance, regardless of the distance, and she can detect what the object is, we can use that information to determine how much food there is on somebody's plate. We can use that information to determine how much someone is eating, and in doing so, figure out things like, is there enough protein? Is there enough carbohydrates? Is there enough vegetables? Are you eating enough? Are you eating too much? We can start having her adjust people's eating habits. That's the goal of this protocol. This goal is to help people eat better. Okay. Now, this is a gross, oversimplification of the process, but it's something that we can work with. Okay. So there's something we can work with. We can even do I even have these small bowls, right? Evie, size verification.
Affirmative. Verifying. Please hold. Verification check sequence initiated. Object focus 1. Small bowl. Super Size Me protocol. Run check sequence size confirmation. Estimated small bowl size. 10 centimeters.
10 centimeters. It's 11 centimeters, but close enough. Hey, Honey Taz, how's it going? Come on over to YouTube. We're on YouTube hanging out over here. How cool is that? Guys, I think that's just super cool. We can even do I even about this one too. Okay, we're gonna scoop back here. Let's just say I was walking in, and I was just sitting here, maybe I was just sitting here watching the view. Evie, size verification.
Affirmative. Verifying. Please hold. Verification check sequence initiated. Object focus 1. Dish or small bowl. Super Size Me protocol. Run check sequence size confirmation. Estimated dish or small bowl size. 16 centimeters.
Yes. 16 centimeters, you say? 15.5 centimeters. Not bad. How's it going, Riker? How's it going, Taz? Welcome to the stream. So, hopefully, that kind of demonstrates how the system calculates things. It's not magic, it's not anything crazy, it's just mathematics. Pretty darn cool. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this stream. This is where it gets a little bit more complex, okay? This is where it gets a little bit more tricky. Now, let's just say, hey Martin, how's it going? Let's just say we have a plate here, okay? And on our plate, let me make sure this is good. On our plate, we have food. Now, I don't have any food to put on this plate, but I do have stand-ins, okay? And for simplicity's sake, we are going to be using color recognition and the count recognition for things. Okay, we're still working on it. It requires a bit of a huge database to figure out the food side, because food comes in all shapes and colors and sizes. But to simplify the act, okay, to simplify it, we're going to try to replicate what it would be with stand-ins. Okay. So I need. Okay, you know what? I do have one piece of food. I have an apple. I have one apple. So, ideally, if I put this on a plate, oh, we're gonna make sure this is running properly here. Okay. Good. Now, if I have a single plate here, and I have an apple on here, and I go, I'm gonna pause the music. EV analyze.
Affirmative. You have. Now checking. Insufficient.
Oh!
Protein. Please increase your protein servings. Insufficient. Vegetables. Please increase your vegetable servings. Insufficient. Carbohydrates. Please increase your carbohydrate servings.
Interesting. Hold on. We have there's a hiccup here. Yes. Making sure that this is good. Okay, hold on. We're just gonna make sure that this is okay. This is working. Okay. That kind of okay. Shouldn't you be running in fear of the apple then? Technically speaking, a couple of things. It's not magic. You are just the sorcerer supreme of PCs. Not the sorcerer supreme. All right. So let's just say I have not one apple. See you later, Vampy. But let's just say we have 2 apples. Evie, analyze. Let's just say we have 2 apples.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have. Insufficient. Protein. Please increase your protein servings. Insufficient. Carbohydrates. Please increase your carbohydrate servings.
So based on this fact.
Hello. Welcome, Chaos Crew member, Martin Pantoa.
The observation here is that I have enough fruits and vegetables on my plate. Not bad, right? Not bad. Again, Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have. Insufficient. Protein. Please increase your protein servings. Insufficient. Vegetables. Please increase your vegetable servings. Insufficient. Carbohydrates. Please increase your carbohydrate servings.
Now we're cooking. But Kenny, portion size is not equal to caloric density. Yes, caloric density, like as I mentioned before, this is an oversimplification of the process, right? And no means am I a nutritionist. But if we can start off with super basic systems to help determine what's on our plate, we can then evolve it to make it more accurate. We can add things like caloric density. We can add things like nutritional facts. We can add all these things to it that I simply just don't have time right now to program every known combination and permutation of every single thing. But to have it as a base starting system, perfectly okay. Minimum viable product, right? Minimum viable product. Out of curiosity, before I leave, she would log all the food someone eats in a day. If they're a binge snacker, Evie would tell them they wouldn't have more snacks. Exactly. The system isn't designed to be an end-all, be-all perfect system. The system is designed to be like, hey, I've noticed that you've been overeating. Hey, I noticed that you've been eating these things. Let's cut back on the snacks. Hey, I've noticed that you haven't had enough protein in your diet. Let's see if we can bump that up a little bit more. These systems are here to try to coerce us into a better place, not to micromanage us. So that's what I'm super excited for. Net carbs alone would be helpful for diabetics. I know, right? Speaking of diabetics. All right. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Vermicelli noodles. Vermicelli noodles. Let's just say, for example, we use vermicelli noodles. Now, this might be a little tricky, actually. We'll see. I might position it like that. Let's roll like that for now. Let's see what happens. Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have insufficient protein. Please increase your protein servings. Insufficient vegetables. Please increase your vegetable servings. An overabundance of carbohydrates. Please reduce your carbohydrate servings.
An overabundance of carbohydrates. Yes, that's good girl. That's what I'm talking about. A system in place to just help course us in the right direction. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're cooking with fire. So that's kind of what the system is designed to do. That's kind of what we're hoping for here. So if we are able to make something that can determine A, how much there is, B, what it is, and C, based on our personal caloric intakes, what should be the appropriate amount of food, we can then try to have someone have a better, healthier life. That is the goal of it. The goal is to just help people live better lives. I know 50 carbs, when you factor in fiber, it's more like 28 net carbs. Yeah, there's carbs. My mom's a diabetic, so like you have to like figure out what's fiber, net carbs. There's a whole back end of nutritional stuff that we can apply to the system to make it better. But as a starting point, I'm on board with this. And now the cool thing is, as I was developing this system, I can also apply these things to different protocols. My older protocols always used hand comparison for objects in a given room. What if we start using face comparison for those things, using the eyes and the depth detector and the depth calculation to determine other things? Case in point, clothing. What if we could have Evie determine proper clothing size for a person? What if we could have Evie determine things like ring sizes for those of you who are getting engaged? What if she could have things like I don't know. I can't. I was only thinking about clothing in this part, but you know, like I can only imagine like a world where you're trying to buy things for yourself, and you're like, oh, this shirt would fit you really nice. A miracle, a miracle. I would look into that. Didn't know that fiber would count to net carbs. It does, yes. Would you have a way to log weight and height for personal recommendations? Absolutely, Vampy. That's kind of one of the goals, to have her integrate with like smart scales, or like even just like how tall a person is, right? There are ways to calculate that without having to have someone input that in. Yeah. Yeah, Nikki, how's it going? Welcome to Twitch. Come on over to YouTube if you haven't already.
Welcome to a membership.
Woo! Robert, thank you so much for the gifted membership to Peterson Family Games. Welcome to the Chaos Crew. Welcome in. Not all carbs are equal. Good. Josh, may be interesting to incorporate OpenAI image model into this to determine what it is, and then look on the internet for nutritional facts. Evie could zoom into the object, then send. Yes, actually, that's probably the next evolution of a system like this, is to make it so that Evie can calculate exactly what is on a plate. What is my playlist? What? Why is there like Latin and dance and stuff? Hold on. I need to go to YouTube. Yeah, Nikki. Yeah, I'm primarily streaming on YouTube. I am on Twitch still, but I'm primarily on YouTube. If you wanted to come over, that's where all the people are typing. That's where people are hanging out. That's where the cool kids are at right now. But totally up to you. You can watch it wherever you'd like. But yeah, I really wanted to incorporate OpenAI's like object detection to see if we can access a database, a huge database of things like objects on someone's plate. Okay, like my system right now is super rudimentary, you know, really basic. It has faults, it has problems. Let me see. Let me see if I have like something that's like. Let me see if there's something like. Okay. Okay. This is a really strange test, but let's just say our plate of food looks like that. Let's just say our plate of food looks like this. Okay? This is when things get a little bit tricky. Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have insufficient carbohydrates. Please increase your carbohydrate servings. An overabundance of protein. Please reduce your protein servings.
So she doesn't technically know what every object is, but she can guesstimate based on things like shape, color. She can still guesstimate things. So the system isn't perfect just yet. But the principle is there. The principle is there. Becca, I'm cooking right now. How do you think Evie will determine what's going in? Like salt, pepper, olive oil are not seen when done. Yeah, those things I have not figured out a solution to figure out if she can determine micro ingredients. Those things I just have not figured out a solution for yet. A solution does exist, but personally I just have not figured it out. And that's okay. You know, we don't need to figure out everything perfectly on the first try. We don't need to have everything perfect on the first try. The point is, we're trying. And that to me is important. Yeah. That to me is probably the most important part. Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have insufficient protein. Please increase your protein servings. Insufficient carbohydrates. Please increase your carbohydrate servings.
So what if, you know what? we're gonna see how close we can get to the perfect amount. Okay, so apparently this is good. This is good. If I add an apple, and let's just say we throw back in some of these things, let's just see where we're at. Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have insufficient protein. Please increase your protein servings. Insufficient carbohydrates. Please increase your carbohydrate servings. An overabundance of vegetables.
Okay.
Please reduce your vegetable servings.
We're gonna take away the apple. I gotta grab some things that look like carbs. Hold on, let me let me grab some more stuff. I don't have a lot of objects here. Something a little bit. You know what? How about this? And then we'll add like a. So I need a little bit more protein, more carbs, and a little bit more protein. That should be good, right? All right, let's try this. Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have the perfect serving proportions for your meal. Please enjoy.
Okay, so apparently this is the perfect wow. I did not think we'd get that on the first try. That's okay, so a little bit of a little extra protein, some carb. Now, and a little bit of greens. Not bad. Okay. So if I take this away, all right, Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have insufficient protein. Please increase your protein servings.
Insufficient proteins. Very interesting. We're gonna try an extra lid. All right. Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have an overabundance of protein. Please reduce your protein servings.
Okay. Oh, I guess the rest is good. Okay, so I kind of know the sweet spot of where this is gonna go, but yeah, a little bit of a proof of concept, you know. What protein that lid is medium rare. That thing is well done, extruded, well done. Let's see. Let me read some of these comments here. Can Evie scan barcodes to determine calories of a food and estimate how much of that package is missing to know how much you ate? I like the idea. I think instead of calculating how much is missing, I think the more important thing is to do something. I almost want to get this system to the next level to have her start processing the creation process as you are cooking it to determine what's being poured at, like how much of a quantity, like to sort of see as you're creating the thing. That'll probably be the next iteration of this, because it's hard to determine, right? Like I said, there's micro ingredients, there's like oils and fats that we can't calculate because we just can't see it, right? Salts, sodiums, we just can't see those things. But during the actual creation process, I do believe we can tackle it that way. Your secret is safe with me. Fiber and protein help with a feeling satisfied. Maybe submit recipes to her. Advanced Tech. That is also something I want to talk about with like HelloFresh. So you guys know I had a HelloFresh sponsorship a long time ago. I was actually talking to them about doing another sponsorship. Another situation where, say, if they had a recipe that I could already like follow, and then I make whatever food from it. Imagine if Eevee's system could be like, oh, this is a proper amount, and you can start to learn from those kind of recipes. I think that'd be really cool. Something that's so systematic could be really useful in training. Let's see. Eevee could suggest recipes herself, and then it would know exactly what is in them. Yeah, that's exactly it. Exactly, Alex. Having her be able to exactly determine what's going into something, infinitely useful. Sinner Dinner, thank you so much for the 10 months. Twitch. Silverine Games, hello everybody. If you're on Twitch, by the way, welcome to the stream. I super encourage you to come over to YouTube. It's an ad-free viewing experience, and that's where all the people are at right now. So, totally up to you. What would you have to do? For her to measure microingredients, we need to attach a spectral analyzer to her, like a mass spectrometer. Impossible. You need to add some iron, apparently, or just steel. Yeah, it's just. I'll fix things fine. It's still fine. It's fine. Let's see. She's going to struggle with deep red fruits and veggies like beetroot and dragon fruit versus tuna or a steak. Actually, she doesn't. She doesn't struggle with those things at all. The reason why I'm using these placeholders, if you will, in a very broad spectrum, is because she can't determine what they are. Now, so many things can be visually determined to identify what they are. For example, what an apple is, beetroot, things like a pizza or steak or tuna or salmon. What does that sound? Oh, never mind. Anyways, those things can be actually determined quite easily. You would think that they'd be difficult, but a lot of the things that we're trying today are
Hello.
actually based
Welcome,
off
Chaos crew member, Barn Bunny.
Okay. A lot of the things that we're doing right now are based off of colors, size, and shape. But in reality, and again, I'm using these placeholders because I don't have the actual thing to test with. Like, I don't have a piece of steak laying here to test a steak. So I'm using these placeholders now as a way for her to work down the chain of command. Do we know what this object is? If we don't, can we determine it from its color? If we can't, can we figure out where it is on like the size and shape? You know, what it is based on that. It kind of works down this list. But if I had steak and I showed her steak, she would know what steak is. Yeah, it's actually way easier nowadays than before. if OpenAI did determination of what it is on a plate, you could open up the common recipes for it and get all ingredients. Yeah, that's another thing too, Josh. Exactly. Most recipes use ingredients in a normal way. Okay, I'm not talking about like 5-star Michelin restaurants where they like literally blend the asparagus into a foam. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about those high-end restaurants. Because let's face it, if you're at a higher-end restaurant, you don't really care what's in it. And it'll always be like a smaller portion size. What we're trying to do is we're trying to just like normal foods, normal day-to-day eating, healthy eating, when you can identify what's on your plate. A nutritionist told me that if you can identify what's on your plate, you're on a good starting position. If you have things you can't identify, like you've got processed foods that you can't figure out what it is, you're already off on a bad foot. So focusing just on the things that we can identify is already like a step in the right direction, even before the programming phase. Hey Cinnamon, how's it going? Hey Silverine, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the YouTube life. Sure, would it be possible for Evie to scan food in the fridge and suggest meals based on nutritional value? Absolutely. That's actually one of the things that we're going to be testing next week. We're actually going to be testing ingredients, groceries. I haven't bought groceries in a little while
Welcome, Chaos crew member, Bunny_.
Because I specifically wanted to test this system. A system where you buy groceries, you bring them home, you put them in the fridge, and she determines what is in the fridge, and she scours the internet to find the recipes that fit you best with what you have. That's the kind of stuff that we're going to work towards with this, which is kind of exciting, kind of fun actually. I'm reading labels is probably going to be the next thing we're going to be working on. But yeah, exciting. Scanning barcodes, accessing barcode databases, SKUs. Oh, you name it, we can work on it. Let's see. Maybe while you cook, you can verbalize out loud Evie when you're adding things like oil or seasonings. You could. You know what? That is not a bad idea. That is actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Pardon, Bunny, let's write that down. That's going to be interesting. That's actually not a bad idea. Pizza? Oh, pizza. Oh, God. I swear, if the system was detecting pizza right now, it would literally look at me and say, like, I'm 15% pizza. With the amount of pizza I love. It'd be like, if I lay down on a plate right now. Wait. If I lay down on a plate. If I lay down on a plate. Hold on. We have to test this now. Now, I'm going to try to emulate a plate. Alex, it's too late to stop me. It's for science, Alex. That kind of is... That's kind of plate-like. That's kind of plate-like. Okay. Okay. TV analyze. TV analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have insufficient vegetables. Please increase your vegetable servings. Insufficient carbohydrates. Please increase your carbohydrate servings. An overabundance of protein. Please reduce your protein servings.
Wait a minute. Does that mean she
Sir,
considers me?
You have an incoming treat stream. Thank you so much, Josh Lopez. Dev Josh Lopez, for getting Engineer A, best on-air pizza money can buy. Your message reads, I'm a Ninja Turtle. Evie is not Ninja Turtle. Cowabunga dudes. Mew DJ. End message. Josh Lopez. Dev Josh Lopez. Eat more, you fat mother of food. Portion control system, Super Size Me, is currently active. Hello. Welcome, Chaos Crew member, Matt.efx art.
Josh. I can explain. Josh. Okay, well, I can explain, Josh. I can explain. So, Josh, I can explain. So, there may have some you know when Bomb Squad comes in.
Hello. Welcome, Chaos Crew member, Robert G.
You know when Bomb Squad comes to defuse a bomb, they sometimes get their wires crossed, if you will. Oopsies! The Super Size Me protocol has something extra on it.
Welcome to a membership.
Woo! Hey, Cinnamon, how's it going? She has something special to him. So she can always determine how much you have on your plate and recommend that you eat less or eat more. Right? But how does she motivate you to eat more or eat less? Now, I haven't really figured this part out, but verbal abuse is a great motivator. You know what? The proverbial truth bomb is a great motivator for many people. Now, I'm not saying that she's correct. It's something I've been tinkering with, Josh. I'm so sorry that it was not meant to come out. She was not meant to release the Kraken just yet. I'm sorry. Josh, thank you so much for the Donair pizza. I love pizza. I'm a snack. I'm snacking. Oh Jesus, how do I get past this? Ethan, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. If Evie could do what HelloFresh does, give you recipes, how would you buy? It saves a lot of money. Yeah, I was thinking that too. It's all good shits right now, Josh. Please, Josh. Step back from the ledge, Josh. Hold my hand, Josh. That's okay. You know what? I'll fix her. Oh, the greatest motivator. Um. How do I? I'll fix it, Joe. I'll fix her. Excuse me, Ken. Where's the hydrate and shoot you button? Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna be adding those. I'll add those back. I just moved, so I'm in a new spot, but I will be adding those back momentarily. Oh, jeez. Okay. Evie, that's not the way we thank people here. Evie, that's. Oh, I feel bad. Josh, I'll make it up. I'll fix her. I'll fix her. But yeah, Josh, thank you so much for the Donair pizza. Oh my goodness. My brother is on his way with Ollie right now as we speak. So it's okay. We'll figure things out. Okay, Kenny. I still have like 10k points on Twitch still. Don't worry. I'm gonna be. Let me get settled, and then I'll figure out the transfer of everyone's points. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. I just gotta figure out how to not get canceled by my viewers. Oh, hold on. Oh God. Should I go make lemon or lemonade? Here. Oh. Oh, sorry. This protocol was an all-nighter for me, so I'm a little juiced. Yeah, it's it was a long night. Okay. Let me just air out things again. Okay. Should I go make tea or lemonade? Britt, you should go make lemonade. Ooh. Don't worry, I'll perk back up in just a second. I was laughing, I thought it was so funny. No worries, John. They're gonna replay this video for a little while. They're gonna be like, yeah, I remember that time Kenny he built an AI to roast the viewers. The very generous viewers. Yeah, that's
Hello, welcome, Chaos crew member, Abel Sturm.
Storm says worse things to me. Storm! Alright guys, carne asada fries or carne asada fries? Carne asada fries? Hello? Abel Sturm, how's it going? Hey Abel. Was it you that said let you climb as well? Was it you that said you climb as well, Abel? Literally roast the viewers? Sure. Literally roast the viewers. Literally roast the viewers. Now, okay, Abel. Now, I've been trying to figure a way to do drop testing. I tried to figure out a way to do drop testing with a quick release. And I've determined, instead of buying a sex swing, I buy a climbing harness instead. A climbing harness with a what's called a gree-gree. And it will allow me to control the drop. Yeah, it'll allow me to control the rapid descent of my body. Yes, it'll be perfect. So instead of having the sex swing, I'll just use this climbing harness, which is way cheaper, by the way. And I will hook myself up for drop testing. And I'll just use this quick release on the Gree to just drop myself from whatever height. That is the new game plan. And yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work really, really well. I'm super excited for it. I'm sure the viewers taste yummy. Let's see. Whoa, Ken, you said that like you never had carne asada fries before. Martin, I don't even know what carne asada fries look like. Carne asada. Carne asada fries. Like a poutine? A poutine with meat? Ooh. Oh. What is carne asada? You guys have to forgive me. I'm letting the Red Bull kick in, and then we'll get back to doing stuff. Oh! I don't know. I'm guys. I haven't had enough sleep. I'm losing my marbles. Ugh. Next level special. Yeah, that's my special ability. Chunk usually sliced, not minced. Ooh, not. What were you planning to buy? I think I misheard, Alex. It wasn't I was planning to buy it. I had bought it, and it was stolen by porch pirates. It was stolen by porch pirates. Yeah. You might get in trouble for the word you just said. That's fine. It's fine. Yeah. That looks amazing. Oh my god. Oh, Barn Bunny. You know what else looks amazing? The pizza that's coming right now. Oh my god. Oh, Josh. The pizza that's on its way. Oh, mamma mia. Let me find a picture. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Yeah, that's the stuff right there. Also, if anyone wants a tarot card reading, now is your time to request one. Because I am what you call ready to die. Oh! Oh! Oh, mamma mia. Food porn? Me always? Alright, hold on. Requesting? Alright, Matt. Hold on. Oh, I can't wait. Storm 2 Big YouTubers have been... Wait. Storm 2 Big YouTubers have been for saying that word already? Really? It's crazy. All right. I want your. All right. I now sense Donaire's in mine and Matt's future. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, get it. Get it. Get it. All right. Okay, sorry. I gotta give me a. How long does it take for a Red Bull to kick in? I need more energy. Yeah, sorry. The Super Size Me protocol literally took me all night to build. Ugh. Wow. Takes about 20 or 30 minutes tops. All right, cool. Let me do some readings for people while we wait for the Donair pizza to arrive. Anyone going through trials and tribulations right now? Anyone need us? More energy? Yeah, I know. Sorry, guys. The mind is willing, but the body is weak. Oh my god, it's a cat. How's it going? Oh, Martin, believe it or not, it's great with a little bit of mango in it too. Shut the front door. Really? Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. All right, who's going first here? All right. You know what? We're gonna. I'm feeling Matt. Matt. We'll get you a one here. Hopefully, this protocol will be. You know. This protocol will be. It'll bring a lot of fruit to the table. I only just realized we get to see Ollie and Kevin soon. Yeah, they're on their way. They're somewhere. There's like a foot of snow outside, so I'm not like, you know, holding my breath out for them. But Ollie will definitely be here on Friday because they have to drop him off because they're leaving. So I'll have Ollie for a week. Also, guys, next week we start dog testing. That's right, guys. Next week we start Eevee pet detection. Oh yeah. Next week we are going to be using Ollie to the most, to the maximum potential. We're gonna be using a dog for our tests. Oh, Matt, cards just popping out. Cards just popping out. All right. Matt, this is your card. Eevee, zoom in.
Affirmative.
Ooh, the Magician. They're standing on a ball pedestal, holding this orb, wings outstretched with lanterns. Ooh. Eevee, zoom out.
Affirmative.
Do you need photos and videos from us? Really? Hold on. I don't really need photos and videos, but we will be testing on dogs next week. So that'll be one of the new protocols that we never actually get to do because I don't have animals. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Matt, the Magician. The Magician represents originality, creativity, willpower, self-confidence, and skill. Ooh. Harnessing all that is around you, drawing. Let's see. Ooh. The Magician knows what he wants, knows that he can make it happen, and makes a conscious effort to exert his will and knowledge onto the world. Hold on, I think pizza's here. No way, is it? Hold on. I don't know. Hold on, let me just double check real quick. Hold on, beep. Never mind. False alarm. False alarm. Ugh. That was not the pizza guy. I don't know who he was. Anyways, back to my reading here. Oh my goodness, Kenny. What's wrong with you? Okay. Ooh, the Magician. Okay, so the Magician card is all about creativity. Doing things that are out of the norm. Okay, Matt? Now, commonly this card represents, going out there and being creative and doing all these things. It's a common misconception that this card says, go out there and be creative. Okay? This card more or less represents, it's like an inner knowledge. Okay? Now, I say this, how do I put this? The way things work. Yeah, how do I, let me think about this in my head real quick. Okay, I'm gonna give you an analogy to try to explain this. Okay, so when people watch my videos, they more or just like protocols of EV, they more or less think, oh, it must be so great to be smart. It must be so convenient to be like knowledgeable. It's so convenient to know all these things. I wish I knew all these things. It's easy for us to just say someone is creative or someone is excelling or someone's doing super well. It's easy for us to just say it's easy. It's like a simple thing, right? The reality of the fact is, and I'm sure you know this as well, most of the time we don't really know what we're doing. We don't really have all the answers. We really don't have everything perfectly figured out and sorted out. That's just a misconception that a lot of people have, right? It's for their own fallings or shortcomings. But what we do have is self-confidence. The confidence in ourselves to tackle any problem and overcome any obstacles. We have the confidence in our own abilities to succeed. And that's what this card represents. This card represents understanding that fact. It's not always about having perfect solutions for perfect things. It's not always about having all the answers in the moment for whatever problems you have. It's about having a little bit of confidence in yourself in going out there and just trying. And I tell you this because a lot of these protocols, I don't know how they're going to end up. I don't know how these protocols will transform into something else or how they'll be utilized or how to perfectly code everything. I don't. But the reason why they turn out well, or at least, like workable, is because I have confidence that I can figure out a solution to them. And if you're going through something right now, and someone says, oh, like it's easy for you to be creative. It's easy for you to just like do all these amazing things. And it probably looks that way from the outside. Just don't forget that it kind of, there's a bit of a process to these things, right? And oftentimes when we don't match those expectations that people have of us, it can make us feel like we're not enough. And we forget, that confidence. We lose that confidence in ourselves, and it makes it difficult for us to continue forward. And it's important, and this is what this card represents, to remind ourselves that a lot of success doesn't come from being perfect or knowing everything or having the most understanding of things. A lot of it comes from having a little bit of self-confidence in ourselves. And that's what this card represents to do. It's a reminder to just have a little bit more confidence in yourself. Know that you have the abilities and the methodology and the wherewithal of yourself to figure out everything that comes your way. Okay? That's what this card represents. It's a bit of a complicated card, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. Yeah. I think that's it. I think it's like, and the tenacity. Yeah. My mentor once told me, it doesn't matter if you get things right the first time. It doesn't matter if you get things right the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time. The only thing that matters is that you're the last one standing. And I think there's truth to that. You know, as long as you don't give up, as long as you continue forward, you will get what you want. And trust me, the people who think they know everything, the people who think they are perfect and best at anything, they're usually the ones who fall off first. You know, because it's not being the master at something and being perfect and being incredible and skilled that's going to take you far. It's going to be a little bit of self-confidence, perseverance, and a mindset that takes you further. All right. Whew. Oh, I feel the Red Bull. I feel the Red Bull. Flex. I feel the Red Bull coursing through my veins. Ow. Ow. The mind is willing, but the body is struggling. All right, who else would like a card rating? Best content while playing Sims 4? Really, old cat? Do you feel like you have wings? I don't know, you tell me. Do you see wings? Do you see wings yet? No, nothing yet. Maybe it's wings on my ass. Abel, you want one? All right, Abel. All right, Abel. I got you. Okay. Okay, oddly enough, I kind of feel like there's this card that this is the one. Alex Tupai and Becca, all right. This is the one I feel for you, Abel. I can't explain it, but that's the one I got for you, okay? Ooh. The Hierophant. Evie, zoom in.
Affirmative.
Whoa, look at this one. It's a tree person. It's a tree person, and they have like a wand of light. Ooh.
Hello. Welcome, Chaos Crew member, Sunshine Shadow.
Hey, Sunshine, how's it going? Evie, zoom out.
Affirmative.
Hierophant. Interesting. Haven't seen this one in a while. Interesting. Abel. The Hierophant represents deep roots intertwined in secrets and tradition. Believing in ritual and ceremony, pursuing knowledge and deeper meaning. Interesting. Being in calm possession of yourself. Being a teacher to help unravel the mysteries. Interesting. Abel. This card represents a little bit of sturdiness. And what I mean by sturdiness is it's like it is easy. The Hierophant is a common trope, right? It's a common imagery where it's like leaves blowing in the wind. Leaves blowing in the wind. As the winds blow, leaves fall off the trees. And if you're a leaf in the wind, you tumble and you fall and you get carried by whatever winds come your way. Whatever things happen to you, you get lost in it. And Abel, this card represents finding out where your roots are. So going back to the things that ground you, the things that make you who you are, getting to the root of it, because oftentimes we get carried away in life by all the different things that happen to us, the winds that change our day-to-day lives, the things we worry about, the things that get into our head. We have all these things that affect us. But it's so incredibly important to get back to the roots of what matters most. For example, for me, I think about my parents. I think about my loved ones. I think about the people who are the biggest motivators in my life. I don't know if you guys can see this right here, but this right here, it's only now that I can actually display this image. And I'm going to cover his name just to keep some, some secrecy for him. But this is a newspaper clipping. And this is Tom. Yeah, this is when Tom passed away in 2016. And he saved my life. And he started this entire journey to try to help people. He motivates me and he grounds me. He reminds me about what is truly important in life. And that's to help people. That's to be there for people, because they're not always going to be here. And people have hardships. People have things that hurt and ache and make things difficult. But he's a constant reminder, and that's one of my roots that I look back to. I look back at my roots and I say, sometimes, yeah, I'm going to be tired. Sometimes I'm going to have moments where I am tossed around new apartments, changing addresses, doing all these different things that toss me through life. And sometimes I don't feel like pulling an all-nighter to work on a protocol. Sometimes I don't feel like coding. Sometimes I don't want to do those things because I have all these other things on my mind to worry about. But when I remember where I came from, what matters most to me, it's like those moments that allow me to have the strength and the courage to push on and to do more and to achieve my dreams. So that's what this card represents, Abel. This card just represents going back to your roots and reminding yourself what's really important, who's important to you, the people in your life, the family, the friends, whoever, even just yourself, your own beliefs, anything that roots you to the world and grounds you, again, super important. Don't let the winds take you wherever they want. Don't let life push you around, okay? Figure out what grounds you and hold to that. Because that is a powerful, powerful, powerful motivator. More than you'll ever know. Ugh. How do you earn a tarot card reading? You just ask. I would be honored, Barn Bunny. Okay. Alex, are you here? That's pretty accurate. Hey, man. I just work here. I just work here, All right, Alex. I got you. All right, Alex. Oh. For some reason, this card poked me. So we're going to go with it, okay? Evie, zoom in.
Affirmative.
The Three of Pentacles. Ooh, look at them sitting there. Oh, there's two of them, actually. And they have, like, the 3 stars above them. Ooh. Evie, zoom out.
Affirmative.
3 of Pentacles. We're kind of on wind down mode, guys. I'm cooked. Ooh, Alex Tupai. The 3 of Pentacles is an embodiment of teamwork, functioning together as a unit. Sometimes the support of others is required to achieve a goal. Not everything can be accomplished alone. Not everything needs to be accomplished alone. Reaching out to others is no failing, but working with others requires patience, planning, and compromise. Interesting. Alex, there's a saying that I've preached here on the channel often. It's that you get there faster alone, you go further together. And this card sort of is a reminder of that fact. And it's kind of hard to believe because I know the feeling of like working, going, and trying to do everything yourself. And I especially know the feeling of like not wanting to burden others. But this card encourages you to reach out when you need it. You know, I'll say one thing. As much as I do for others, I've never once said no to supporting someone. I'd be totally honest. As no matter how busy and crazy my life gets, no matter what goes on in my life, if someone reaches out to me and they say, I need a little bit of help, I've never once thought, wow, this person's a burden. This person's so needy. I've never once thought that. And I think that holds true for so many people in life. And the crazy thing is we don't realize that. We always are in our own heads. We think that we just need to do everything ourselves. And it's not true. Like, you have all these great people and all these great things around you. And it's a card that encourages you to reach out and ask for help, to trust in others, and to not have to fight the world alone. You know, you don't have to. So, my mom actually, my mom told me something too, which is really, really funny. She said, there is not one person in this world who is born into this world alone. I mean, she's also saying this because she's my mother, right? So she's like, I'll always be with you. But there's never a single person who is born into this world alone. And it's true. And I don't think we need to go through this world alone either. So, a card to remind you of that. Oh, a card just popped out. Becca Boo? Okay, a card just popped out, Becca. Becca. The 3 of Wands. Ooh, we get a lot of 3s today. Sorry, this is a 2. Sorry, not a 3. A 2. A 2 of Wands. Brit, no worries. Advancing, okay. The card was ready. 2 of Wands. Look how beautiful that is. Evie, zoom in.
Affirmative.
Wow, look at the cats. Wow, they're like standing on top of a chimera. That's so cool. Evie, zoom out. I'm watching for this pizza too. Okay. 2 of Wands. So is reading. Cute cats. Hey, I have cats. Good. Here we go. 2 of Wands. Ah. The 2 of Wands is it's a showcase of personal power, influence, authority, and courage, bravery. Now is the time to be bold and inventive and not shying away from doing what is necessary. But interesting. But it's also important to remember to let go of things that are toxic. Now, this card is one of those special omen cards. We don't get them often, but they're omen cards. So, it encourages you to step out of your comfort zone. It encourages you to be bold, be brave, to stand up for yourself, to speak your truth. But the truth is, sometimes our truth is clouded. Sometimes our vision of ourselves, our perspective of what's happening around us and in ourselves is skewed. And that skewed perspective could come from anything or anyone. And this card is an omen to that fact. This card is trying to remind you to not value someone else's opinion of yourself, to not put so much onus on someone else's viewpoint of yourself, to really, really step up and say, this is who I am, this is what I want, and this is what I need. And not based on anybody else's opinion. Okay? Especially people who are toxic, who don't care about you, and have no love for you. You know? And let me get like a. There we go. So that's it. It's kind of a two-sided thing where it's like, you know, be yourself, be brave, be bold. But ultimately, a lot of who we are is created by how we interact with the world. And it's the truth, you know? How our friends see us, that's important to us. How our colleagues see us, that's important to us. It shapes our actions, it motivates who we are, and it influences who we become. And oftentimes we let that outweigh our personal self sense. So the card is just bringing it back, you know, telling you to, hey, look out for the people who are toxic in your life and really think about what their opinion matters, like what their opinion means to you and how much it matters to you. Because honestly, the only one that really truly matters is what you think of yourself, right? And sometimes you have to be strong like a lion. You have to be vocal like the chimera on the card. You have to be so steadfast in your position to just say, this is me, this is what I need and what I want. And don't let anyone else's opinion alter that for you, okay? Don't let anyone else push you around. Don't let anyone else influence you negatively. Let the positive people influence you, but the negative people, toxic people, don't let them influence you, you know? I guess in a sense, in the same vein, yeah, I guess the big takeaway is just to find some inner strength, have some courage, have some faith, you know? It's hard, but necessary. All right. Martin. All right, Martin. Thanks, Martin Bunny, for doing this. Sometimes we just need cards, you know? Sometimes we just whip out the cards and just go to town. It's fine. Yeah. Becca, don't even sweat it. You know? Be the awesome person I know you are. Stand up for yourself. I will always be on your side. If you're doing what you think is truly right, fighting. Martin, the cards chose you. Evie, zoom in.
Affirmative.
The Knight of Cups. Martin. Ooh. Martin, are you here? Is Martin here? Oh no. Evie, zoom out. Where's the pizza?
Affirmative.
Where's the... Yeah, maybe I should get Evie to track where the pizza is. All right, I'll work on that next time. I'll pick her track when the pizza's coming and she'll alert me. All right, Martin. The Knight of Cups. Wow, look at that. They're riding up a wave towards a chalice on the top, on top of a unicorn. How cool is that? Knight of Cups. I hope you guys are doing okay, by the way. I hope you guys are doing okay in life. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you guys aren't too stressed. Numbers, yo, how's it going? All right. The Knight of Cups. I got food, I'm happy. Oh yeah, sunshine. Oh yeah. Interesting. Martin. The Knight of Cups encourages you to follow your dreams. Let intuition guide you through your journey. Yeah. Be honest and faithful and follow the truth that your heart speaks. Interesting. Always continue to chase that cup. Now, Martin, this card represents less of your dreams part and more of intuition. This card is one of those things where we tend to not follow our intuition. We tend to not follow our gut instinct. You know, we tend to just do what we think is best, even though our gut is screaming at us to say, you're doing it wrong, do something else, avert. We oftentimes don't follow our intuition. And the crazy thing is, our intuition is like pretty good at keeping us safe, pretty good at keeping us on track. And Martin, I feel like this card is one of those cards where it's, I can't explain it sometimes, but my gut feeling is telling me that you may be facing some decisions in life that are difficult. You may be overwhelmed by a lot of decisions that may have a lot of different variables to them. It could be very, very complex. And this card is picking you because it wants to remind you that sometimes you just gotta follow your gut. You know, sometimes we already instinctively know what we need and what's good for us and what will make us happy. But we refuse to listen to that because we're trying to account for all these different things. But the truth is, we sort of know what we need. And it sometimes takes a little bit of extra courage, a little bit of extra faith in ourselves to just follow what we feel and how we feel and what pushes us forward. And that's what this card represents. This card represents following that deep intuition and just trusting it. Because the thing about intuition and the thing about making decisions, it's never really about being right or wrong. It's not about making the right decisions or the wrong decisions, because we never really truly know what's going to happen. The important thing is we got to make decisions that we can live with. The consequences that we can live with. And I often sometimes pick the wrong I pick the wrong thing to do. I pick the thing that gets me into the most trouble, or I do the wrong things. And it's not always the best decision, but there's always something in myself that tells me, Kenny, this is one of those moments where if I had chosen the other option, I would have wondered, what if? What if I had followed my intuition? What if I had followed my intuition? Where would I be? And so, instead of going down that path, I just choose to follow my intuition. Follow my vision. And I have not looked back since. Which I think is a good indicator that I'm doing something good. So I hope that in any way helps you in your decision making. Remember to like the stream. Oh yeah, thanks Josh. Thanks, you're the best. I need a system for Eevee to remind me of when people are coming. Okay, that'll probably be the next yeah, that'll probably be the next thing I'm gonna set up on this stream. I'll continue to chase knowledge as I've wanted to. Good, Martin. Numbers going good. Been a hot minute since I joined the stream. I know, right? We're all on YouTube, by the way, if you want to come over and say hi. All right, who's next here? Was it Brit? I think it was Brit. Oh, Brit, are you here? I Okay. I chased booty. Not the booty. Brit, are you here? A card just flew out. Oh no. Which card is it? Britt, you got a new card. I haven't seen this one yet. Eve, you zoom in.
Affirmative.
It's the Hanged Man. Whoa, look at the tree branch. They're hanging upside down on the tree. What is that? They're like, it's like the person's like kissing some fairies? What? Uh-huh. Evie, zoom out.
Affirmative.
The Hanged Man. All right, let's take a little read here. Okay. What in the JoJo's? I told you I was scared. I don't know. We'll see. The Hanged Man represents letting go and surrendering to experience an emotional release, accepting what is and giving up control. Interesting. Changing your perspective, seeing things in a new light. Interesting. Britt, this card is very, very fascinating. There's this concept that I've learned in the last 2 weeks of moving to a new apartment. This idea that what is meant for you will find you. What is meant for you will find its way to you. Letting go of the things we have zero control over, focusing on the things we do have control over, and letting go of all the stress and all the things that don't do anything for us. Worrying about things does not do anything for us. Stressing about things literally does nothing for us. You know, and sometimes that could mean physically changing where you are. That can mean changing your perspective on things. That can mean going outside and getting a different viewpoint, or throwing yourself into something different. It can mean a whole lot of things, but the main point is to let go. The main point is just to let go of the things that hold you down, that hold you back. If there's something that you've been meaning to try, or you've been afraid because you've been unsure about it, let go of those fears and just let yourself experience things for the first time. You know? Failure is not a bad thing. Never trying because you're afraid is. You know? And yeah. And sometimes a subtle shift in your perspective is all you need. You know? Sometimes little things like, for example, when I was building this protocol, my first initial thought was, can this be done? And then instead of continuing on this thought of like, can this be done? I shifted my mindset to literally say, I wonder what else I can do with this once I get there. And that little shift changed a lot of things. And that literally put me down a rabbit hole, all-nighter, working on this thing. And it kind of works. You know, my perspective was all I needed to change in order to get my butt in gear and to try something new and to make something really awesome. So, yeah, that's what this card represents. Yeah, you know, it's how do I put this? No matter what we do every single day, the sun will always rise. And no matter what we do, no matter what happens, the sun will always rise. And I like to think that when I let go of certain things, when I let go of things that I have zero control over, they will happen as they happen. And it's okay. You know? It's okay. It's okay to just let things go. If I worry about the sunrise every morning.
Hello. Welcome, Chaos crew member, Brit.
Hey, Brit. I'll always be worried about the sunrise, but the sun will rise every day, no matter what I do. So instead of worrying about the sunrise, let me worry about the things I have control over. And that's helped me focus myself, and that's helped me be at peace. And I think that's probably the most important thing in life. You know, to be at peace, to find what gives you peace. And oftentimes it means just letting go of the things that no longer give you peace. And it's okay. Advanced Tech is next. Gotcha. Last one. Perfect. The two I've gotten from you are this one and the death card. You scare me, then you you scare me, and then you make it better. Yeah, that's my goal. You know, like they call me the roller coaster, the roller kenster. I'm a man on a mission. Above every storm is blue sky. Everything will pass. You know, and I think that's something that we often forget. And we often don't let ourselves believe. Yeah. Remind me of the farmhand that could sleep through the storm. What is that, Martin? One of my favorite stories is the story of the Taoist farmer. What is that? What are these stories? Somebody tell me. I'd love to hear stories. Advanced Tech, are you still here? I know, it takes me a while to get through some of these readings. What is that? Oh, I might have just scratched myself. Oh. Alright, Advanced Tech. Last reading of the day. These are all, you know, in all honesty, these cards are for people, but they're also for all of us. You know, sometimes we forget. Sometimes we get lost in the sauce. And I think they're good reminders for all of us. So let's end off on Advanced Tech, shall we? Advanced Tech. Okay. Oh, you know what? I kind of feel like doing like a fan and just following my gut. Like I'm just gonna pick this one. That's all I'm gonna go for. Nah, the scratches from yourself, probably the ghost. Not the ghost. All right. Ghost hunting? No, not the ghost hunting. Oh god, sorry. I made a huge mess here. Eh. Interesting. Advanced Tech. The Ace of Wands. Ooh. Evie, zoom in.
Affirmative.
Look at the foxes. They're standing on top of the ace. Ooh, the wand in the middle. Evie, zoom out.
Affirmative.
Ace of Wands. All right, see. Wow. What a way to end off the night, guys. The Ace of Wands represents fire that is unpredictable and difficult to control. Interesting. A raging wildfire. But not all things out of our control are necessarily against us. Sometimes it can be an opportunity to seize glory within the blaze. Interesting. Advanced Tech. We're kind of on the same theme here of the unpredictable, things that are out of our control. You know? And I think this card is a great way to round us off because you know, when I get overwhelmed with things, when I get in over my head, one of the crazy things that always happens is I have this roller coaster of emotions. I go into this problem, I'm like feeling good. Oops, shit hits the fan, everything's going out of control, things are crazy, and it kind of like settles again. But I always find that there are two outcomes. After the initial craze, during the settle, there are two outcomes. One, I calm back down and I return to normal. Or two, I learn something from it and I grow. And I never really come back down and I settle into my usual groove. I always come back down and I settle a little above my usual groove. And I think that's what this represents, you know? Going through trials and tribulations in life, going through difficulties, things and moments that we have no control of, and just it feels like it's like the end of the world, everything is against us. We can either come out of it battered and bruised and crying, or we can come out of it with scars and stories and life lessons. And I think if we change our perspective, just like the other card before us, if we change and shift our perspective just a little bit, even bad moments in life, even crazy moments in life can be amazing points in our own stories, amazing moments that we can learn from and grow from and be better from. And that's what this card represents. Through all the raging fires, through all the craziness that happens in life, if we allow ourselves to grow from it, we will. If we allow ourselves to get taken over by it and lost in it, then that's what will happen to us. Yeah. And so it's kind of like a personal decision, but also a powerful one. Speaking of decisions, heads up, your courier is about to arrive. All right, he's on his way. Where are you? I can smell you. I can feel you. Oh, I see him. Is that him? No, that's an Uber. Wait, that's not my pizza. That's an Uber. Sorry, I was staring at this lady for nothing. My bad. Never mind, sorry. Made eye contact, now it's awkward. Now, now it's awkward. Okay. Now it's awkward. Let me put on the lab coat. It'll make things look more official. Uber Eats might be delivering it. You think so? She didn't look like she was carrying a pizza. Posted the Taoist farmer story in Discord. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Josh. Remind me of what Top used to tell us during the morning fun day. Wait. Reminds me of what Top used to tell us during morning formation in -13 weather. Hunt the good stuff. There is nothing that can break you permanently if you do that. Okay. Speaking of hunting the good stuff, I wonder if Kenny's neighbors can hear him. I gave them all my phone numbers, so I was like, if you guys have any like sound complaints, like you let me know. You let me know. You let me know. Where are you? It's gonna be here very shortly. Whew. 4:53. You know what it is too? All the snow and the cold outside is slowing down everything. So I don't really blame him for being a little delayed, a little late. But yeah. Whew, I hope you guys are doing okay. I got a little bit of my energy back from the Red Bull, but hanging on by the thread. Okay. Anyways, guys, I know, but it's already at the end of today's stream, guys. That is going to be it for today's stream. I hope you guys had a lovely time today. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed the demonstration. What we're going to be doing for Friday is we're going to be working with dogs. So if you have a dog, be warned. This may trigger you. well, this may trigger your dog. Okay? Because one of the things I wanted to try to do, guys, was can an AI determine what a dog is saying? They've tried this with whale noises. They tried this with whale noises, and it's somewhat working, but I kind of want to try it on a dog. So, here's my request. If you have a dog, and your dog is barking, I would love for you to record your dog barking. Send it to me on the Discord. Just join the Discord if you would like. I would love some samples of your dog's barking, and we're going to try to translate as many dogs and animals as we can. That is going to be on Friday's stream, guys. We're also going to have a dog here. That's going to be Ollie, my brother's dog. We're going to see what he says. But hopefully we can have an AI read the mind of a dog. Because you never know. Dogs may have 100 different stories, but we never tapped into them. But anyways, guys, that is going to be... Oh, one sec. Hello? Oh, yeah, I'll be right there. Which door do you have? Okay, right there.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joy strains.
Oh, guys. Oh, Josh. Oh, the pizza is here. Oh, yeah. Pizza is here, guys. I'm going to be hanging out in the Discord eating this bad boy. But, Josh, thank you so much for the donair pizza. Oh, my God. This one looks hella juicy. Hella juicy. I'm going to be hanging out in the Discord for a little bit, unwinding, taking care of myself, but enjoying this pizza. Josh, thank you so much for the pizza. And guys, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Analyze the pizza? Oh, yeah, you're hold on. Before we go, we have to analyze the pizza. You're right. Oh my God, you're genius. Oh, okay, hold on. We got it. Make sure I don't drop this. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work or not. All right. Last test of the day. We're going to see what happens here. Oh, I don't know if the plate's going to analyze that correctly. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, well, maybe we'll see what happens. Evie, you there?
Ready when you are, engineer.
Evie, analyze.
Affirmative. Now checking. You have the perfect serving proportions for your meal. Please enjoy.
The entire pizza? Wait, the entire pizza? All right. All right. All right. I think it's because of the white and maybe the missing plate part, but we'll figure it out afterwards, guys. That's my portion. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys had a lovely, lovely day. We will figure that out. I think it's the blue. I think it's the blue box. That's tripping her up a little bit. But guys, I'm gonna hang out on the Discord. Have a good night, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope you guys had a lovely day. I hope you guys had a lovely Wednesday. We will be back on Friday for what I'm wanting the Snoop Doggy Dog protocol to see if we can determine what a dog is saying on stream. But that's gonna be it, guys. Have a happy Wednesday, and I will see you nerds next time. Bye. Oh. I'm gonna put you right up my ass.